I am speaking to you now because your heart is ready to hear what it kept postponing. I am not late. I am precise. I am here in the exact breath when your spirit leans forward and your eyes grow wide, when the noise around you falls away and only the pulse of my presence remains. I have watched you doubt yourself in the mirror of other people's opinions. I have watched you shrink your light to fit in rooms built for smaller stories. No more. Lift your chin. Calm your breathing. The next 10 minutes are a turning of the key, a gentle yet irreversible rotation that opens a door you thought was locked from the other side. Archangel Michael stands at that door. He has kept watch through the nights you forgot you were protected. He says to you now, keep your attention awake, because what you have believed for will begin to take shape before the last grain of these 10 minutes settles. Do not abandon this moment by racing ahead into fear or running backward into regret. Stand where you are and feel the floor steady under your feet. It is not the old ground. It is new ground, quietly rising to meet you. I have not forgotten the promises whispered over your life when you were too young to argue with them. I do not revise my word to fit the world's skepticism. I do not retract what I have blessed. I do not call you almost. I call you mine. Today, I break the agreement your memory made with all the scenes of failure that tried to rename you. Breathe. The heaviness you carried as proof that you were alone is loosening even now. The ache in your chest that kept time with disappointment is releasing its grip. You feel it like a small wind moving through a window that was always there, only hidden by a curtain of doubt. Pull that curtain back. Let the light fall on everything. What is revealed will not wound you. It will heal you. I have ordained an arrival for you that will not be delayed by the opinions of those who cannot see beyond yesterday. Your blessing is not a rumor, it is an appointment. I have cued resources to come toward you like birds who know the season by instinct. I have called people by name, some you know and some you do not yet know, who will bring favor like rain to a field that others assumed was barren. I have warmed opportunities that once felt cold to your touch, and I have softened the faces of gatekeepers who once turned you away. Watch the way conversations change. Listen for the tone in a voice that once dismissed you and now invites you. Do not be surprised as doors remember your knock and open as if by muscle memory. It is not luck. It is alignment. It is time. Archangel Michael says, do not measure the next 10 minutes by a clock, measure them by obedience. Do the small thing I nudge you to do even if it seems too simple to matter. Send the message you have drafted and redrafted. Put your name where you were afraid to be seen. Move the object from your desk that represents an old story of defeat. Delete the number you keep as a shrine to a life you have outgrown. Drink water and stand tall. Place your hand over your own heart and say, I am not late. I am guided. These small obediences are not random. They are the way you signal to your future that you are already here. You have wondered why the path twisted when you had asked for straight lines. Understand this: a straight line across unsafe ground is not kindness. I curved the road to keep you from the sinkholes you could not see. The detours protected you from alliances that would have stolen the song from your mouth. The delay taught you to hear the difference between applause and affirmation. Applause fades when the crowd turns away. Affirmation remains when there is only silence and the breath I placed within you. Hear me, you did not waste time. You invested it in becoming the person who can carry joy without dropping it, who can hold responsibility without it crushing the softest parts of your spirit. You were not benched. You were built. In these 10 minutes, release the names you have been called that do not match the name I spoke over you. Release unworthiness. It was never yours to manage. Release the fear that you will be punished for being happy. There is no sentence against you in my courtroom. The gavel has fallen in your favor. Release the habit of bracing for bad news. You are not in trouble for surviving. You are blessed for staying alive to love again. When you catch yourself scanning the horizon for storms, be gentle and tell your body, we are safe now. Tell your mind, we are allowed to imagine. Tell your spirit, we are free to expand. I am not fragile. I do not falter under the weight of your questions. Ask me for what you need and for what you desire. There is no scarcity in me. But know this: asking is not begging. Asking is the language of relationship. Begging is the language of exile. You are not exiled from my table. Your chair remains where I set it, near the place where light pools at the center. Sit. Eat rest. Drink clarity. Let laughter find the doorway back into your house. When you laugh again without apology, you will feel the hinges of your destiny loosen, and the door that creaked will swing without resistance. Joy is not a luxury, it is an assignment. Joy strengthens you to hold what I am handing you. Archangel Michael says, do not argue with your rescue. When help arrives, accept it without rehearsing all the reasons you feel unworthy. When an opportunity bows before you, do not bow to it. Receive it and remain upright. You are not a servant of your opportunities, they are servants of your calling. You are not required to diminish yourself to make other people comfortable with the scale of what I am doing in you. The light I set inside you is not a spotlight, it is a lighthouse. It does not perform, it guides. If some avert their eyes, bless them and keep guiding. If some pretend your light is a danger, understand that most resistance is simply unfamiliarity with grace. I am returning balance to you. Where you have given without replenishment, I am sending replenishment. Where you have loved those who confused love with control, I am teaching you love that does not harm. Where you sowed in tears, you will harvest in songs. Where you were quiet to stay welcome, your voice will now make room for you. Do not be frightened by your own strength as it returns. It will be gentler than you remember, and it will no longer need to prove itself. Strength that is secure does not shout. It moves with a soft authority that makes chaos think twice. In this turning, I will expose the subtle agreements you made with discouragement. Not to shame you, but to free you. There are sentences you say out of habit that close windows I am trying to open. Listen for them, it always goes wrong for me. My blessings never last. If it's good, it will be taken. These are not prophecies. They are echoes of old rooms. Step out of them. Replace them now with what I am saying. Goodness pursues me. What arrives in alignment is sustained by alignment. What is truly mine will meet me halfway. Speak these truths softly and repeatedly until your inner world breathes easier. Words are seeds. Plant words that grow shade for your future. You worry about missing your moment. You imagine destiny as a train that has already roared past. Hear me, you are not standing on the platform watching your life disappear. You are on the train, and I am the track, and the engineer, and the landscape, and the destination that keeps arriving as wonder after wonder. You cannot miss me while you are with me. What you feared was gone has only been circling until you were ready to recognize it without grabbing, to hold it without squeezing. The lost years are not lost, they are now returning as wisdom wrapped in favor. You will not be paid back in the same currency you were hurt. I do not replicate theft. I restore with interest only heaven can calculate. Archangel Michael says, set your boundaries like gates, not walls. Some people must be kept out for the garden to flourish. Some may enter through the gate when they can honor the soil. You are not obligated to explain your gates to those who trampled your seedlings. Guard your peace not as a miser guards coins, but as a gardener protects spring. The young blossoms must be kept safe from cold winds and careless feet. You are springtime to more lives than you know. Your blooming gives courage to hidden seeds. I know the private griefs that never learned how to end. I have seen you cradle memory like it is still bleeding. Let me hold it. There is a place in me for every unfinished goodbye. There, partings become promises that you will never again be forced to love with a trembling that expects loss. The ones you miss who dwell in my light are not lost to you. Love does not evaporate in my presence, it becomes clear. Their love for you works now without the weight of pain, it surrounds you like air you do not think about yet need with every breath. When you feel sudden warmth, when you sense a nearness that steadies your hands, give thanks. You are not imagining comfort. You are receiving it. Do not despise the small confirmations I am sending. A phrase on a page that meets your exact need. A door that once creaked now moving silently. A number that repeats until you pay attention. a stranger's kindness that catches you off guard. These are not superstitions, they are stitches. I am rethreading your days with coherence. You will look back and say, even the smallest details were held. And you will be right. I hold galaxies and grains of sand with equal intention. I am not too vast to be intimate. In the next stretch of minutes, wisdom will come like a clear bell. It will be practical. Do not dismiss it because it feels ordinary. Put your finances in order with grace and precision. Remove the subscriptions you forgot you were paying for. Gather the paperwork that delays your next level. Write the paragraph that finishes the application. Sort the drawer that makes you feel behind every time you open it. These simple acts are not distractions from destiny, they are the way destiny chooses to live in your house. Holiness is not allergic to the mundane. Glory loves a clean table. There is a relationship I am resetting. You will notice the air shift between you and someone whose presence has long felt like walking on thin ice. You will not need a grand confrontation. Your clarity will change the conversation. Where you once pleaded to be understood, you will now speak once and let silence do its work. Where you once explained yourself to exhaustion, you will now bless and step aside. Do not fill the space I clear with apologies. Fill it with peace. Make room for the ones I am sending who understand your language without translation, who celebrate your boundaries as if they were their own. You have thought that forgiving means forgetting the lesson. Not so. Forgiveness is how you carry wisdom without the weight of bitterness. It is how your hands stay open to receive. It is how your eyes keep seeing beauty when the world offers an easier view of cynicism. I am not asking you to pretend harm never occurred. I am inviting you to let me be the judge who knows what to do with both the wound and the one who caused it. When you put the gavel back in my hand, you will sleep. When you release the rehearsals of the old argument, your breath will deepen. You will notice that your appetite for life returns, and the colors around you brighten. This is not exaggeration, it is the physics of a soul unburdened. Archangel Michael says, "Stand where I place you, and your footing will teach others how to stand." Your steadiness is not stubbornness, it is testimony. People will ask you how you became so calm in the presence of the very storms that used to unmake you. Tell them the truth, you realized you were not required to be the weather. You were invited to be the house built on rock. Winds still blow. Rains still fall. But you are not a tent flapping in panic, you are a home that sings in the night because light lives there. I am opening your imagination again. It has been cramped under ceilings of survival. Stretch it. See yourself not as one who hopes to be included but as one who brings the table with you. See your work as a river instead of a container. Rivers move. Rivers carve new paths. Rivers travel around obstacles and make music while doing it. Stop asking permission to flow. Flow, and those who recognize water will come thirsty and thankful. Flow, and the dry lands will green. Flow, and you will find your sea. Now hear this with the quiet certainty that makes mountains bow. The resources you require will not trickle, they will arrive in right measure. The timing will not tease, it will align. The guidance will not contradict itself, it will confirm itself in 3 ways: through inner peace that feels like a gentle yes, through outer signs that feel like doors that are not forced, and through the counsel of the wise who tell you what your spirit already knows. If any of these are missing, wait without panic. Delay is not denial, it is protection. When all 3 agree, move quickly and do not apologize for how ready you suddenly are. In these 10 minutes and beyond, practice the courage of simple faith. Say thank you before you see the outcome. Bless the ground before it blooms. Speak kindly to your own heart as if it were the garden I entrusted to you, because it is. Water it with rest. Weed it with truth. Fence it with boundaries that honor what grows. Invite me to walk with you in the cool of the day. You will hear me show you where new paths spring up and where old paths end. You will feel me point to the place where you thought there was nothing left, and you will watch green emerge. You will not need to manufacture a miracle. You will need to notice it. Archangel Michael says, lift your eyes. When you lift your eyes, you will see the horizon pull nearer, as if to greet you like an old friend who never stopped looking for you. When you lift your eyes, you will notice the burdens on your shoulders do not belong to you alone, I have my hand under them. When you lift your eyes, you will find that you are not climbing alone, that laughter keeps you company, that music you did not press play on is playing softly around your steps. This is what blessing in motion feels like: lightness and clarity, courage and tenderness, strength without sharp edges. Guard this moment. Not with fear, but with attention. Do not treat it as a spectacle, treat it as a covenant. I am not dazzling you to distract you, I am steadying you to entrust you. Your life is not a countdown to loss. Your life is an unfolding of love. The next email, the next call, the next idea, the next quiet knowing, watch them arrive, then treat them with the honor you wish the world would give you. If you honor what I send, the world will learn from you how to honor you. You worry that if you relax for even 1 hour, the blessing will pass you by as if it were skittish. Hear me, what I give does not startle and run. What I give roots and remains. It grows while you sleep. It multiplies while you laugh. It learns your name and answers when you call. You do not have to grip it with white knuckles to keep it near. Open your hands, and you will discover that open hands hold more. There will be a moment, very soon, when you realize you are smiling for no reason other than peace. Do not interrogate that smile. Let it linger. Let it teach your muscles a new default. There will be a moment when you remember the worst chapter and you feel gratitude that it ended without ending you. Celebrate that quiet miracle. There will be a moment when you see someone else struggling in the same way you once did, and you will know exactly how to help, without rescuing, without controlling, simply by offering presence and truth. Do that, and you will feel another river open inside you. Archangel Michael says, the fear of missing it will try to make you rush. Do not rush. Move promptly, not frantically. Prompt action is peace in motion. Frantic action is fear pretending to be wise. Choose peace in motion. It writes straight lines with gentle hands. It pays attention to detail without losing sight of the sky. It says yes with clarity and no with kindness. It knows how to pause and how to praise. It is how you will walk through the new doors and leave them open for others. Look at your hands. They may tremble with the memory of scarcity, but they are about to learn abundance without shame. Look at your reflection. It may carry the echoes of names that never fit, but it is about to reflect the softness of someone who knows they are loved without needing to convince anyone. Listen to your heartbeat. It may still speed up around certain places of memory, but it will learn a new tempo, one that matches the cadence of grace. You have thought of yourself as one who almost gets there. Replace that phrase. You are one who arrives. Do not ignore this message. Not because I am fragile or fickle, but because attention is the way love becomes a path you can walk with your feet. If you keep your attention awake, you will notice the first petals of a promise opening even now. If you keep your attention awake, you will receive what you could not have planned but always hoped for. If you keep your attention awake, you will realize that what you thought was luck is actually my faithfulness wearing everyday clothes. This is the moment you let go of rehearsed disaster and practice readiness. Readiness looks like shoulders relaxing and eyes brightening. It looks like a gentle yes inside your chest. It looks like taking the next right step without announcing to fear what you are doing. Ready yourself in small ways. Make space on your shelf for the book you will write, clear a corner for the instrument you will learn, open a document to name the venture you thought was too late to begin, place a bowl by the door as a reminder that generosity begins at home. These gestures are not theatrical, they are prophetic. They tell your future, I am prepared to meet you. Archangel Michael says, you are stronger than the voice that tries to make this moment complicated. If you hear a whisper that says you must earn what is coming, answer it with rest. If you hear an argument that drags you back to the heavy chair of the familiar, answer it by standing. If you hear regret trying to narrate the next chapter, close the book gently and choose a truer story. You are not leaving anyone behind by growing. Those who are yours will grow when you grow. Those who cannot grow with you will find their own gardens. Bless them. Keep walking. Now, as these minutes complete their quiet work, place your hand over your heart again. Feel the warmth returning to places that felt distant. Feel the light deciding to stay. You are not at the mercy of chance. You are in the current of my intention. The blessings arriving are not fragile wishes, they are durable gifts. They will meet you at your level of stewardship, and I am increasing that level even now. You will know what to do. You will know when to wait. You will know how to say thank you without apologizing for joy. And joy will make a home of you. Do not try to skip this. Stay with me, and watch carefully. After 10 minutes, you will begin to receive what you never imagined, and it will continue, quietly, steadily, because I do not give with an on-off switch, I give from a river. Keep your feet in the water. Keep your face in the light. Keep your heart in the open. I am here, and I am not leaving. I am speaking to you in the quiet place where your breath meets your heartbeat, where the noise of the world cannot drown out what has already been written upon you. I am not far, and I am not late. I am here before your next thought, closer than the pulse that carries your name through your body. I have seen the hours you carried alone and the questions that pressed against your ribs. You did not imagine that I noticed the small things, yet I counted each one, and I kept them as a gardener keeps seeds through winter. Do not call yourself abandoned when you are standing in a field I prepared while you slept. My presence has been your shade, your warmth, your lamp, even when you felt only the weight of unanswered days. You have asked me when it will shift, when the strange fog will thin and the road will stop splitting beneath your feet. You have wondered if I forgot the time. Hear me now in a way that cannot be stolen by a memory or argued away by fear. I have appointed a moment for you, and it approaches like the tide that cannot be persuaded to turn back. You think you have measured yourself by delays, but you have only been learning the size of the vessel I am placing within you. I do not build small doors for large hearts. I open gates and I call your name through them. The hour is not indifferent to you. It has heard my command, and it bends toward your good. Archangel Michael says, I stand watch at your threshold, and the wind that fought your windows has lost its voice. I declare the end of stale cycles and the end of hands that reach for you without honor. I mark your house with fire you cannot see and peace you cannot counterfeit. The chain at your ankle that pretended to be companionship is discovered. It falls, link by link, with a sound only the spirit can hear. I have pressed a sign into the night so that what hunts you will stumble and be seen. Walk forward, the ground has been secured. You have carried promises like folded letters you were afraid to open because every time you broke a seal, you feared finding another no. You learned how to expect disappointment before you allowed hope to speak, and you taught your mouth to say, "It's fine," while your bones whispered otherwise. I will not shame you for surviving. I will not accuse you for protecting yourself. But I will not let you stay buried in precautions when I am sending a river to your door. When a river arrives, it does not negotiate with the dry land. It enters, it fills, it redraws the map. You are a map being redrawn. The lines that used to define you are not the borders that will contain you now.